All right, this is Unit 6, Video 1, 0, and negative exponents. Okay, so we could start all over again. Now, the thing you need to remember is when you have an exponent that's 0, okay, the answer is always 1. Okay? So that means that there's 0 A's. Okay, are they all canceled out? Which would mean that there's a 1 left over when everything cancels out. Okay? Another thing that we're going to do in this section is we're going to talk about negative exponents. You can never have an answer with a negative exponent, so you have to get rid of negative exponents. Okay? And how we do that is we move it. So, for example, here, this is a to the negative n over 1. If we want the negative exponent to become positive, it's going to go from the numerator to the denominator. Okay? And then the exponent becomes positive. And vice versa. If we have something like this, and we want it to be positive, it's going to go to the opposite spot. So if it's in the denominator, it goes to the numerator and becomes positive. Okay. All right, so first one, we have x to the 0 power. The rule is anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay, you can have a huge problem. And then if everything is to the 0 power, the answer is 1. Okay. All right, next one, number 2. As soon as you see a negative exponent, we want to put it in a fraction, okay? Because whenever there's negative exponents, we're going to be moving things, okay? And the 3 has a negative 2 exponent, so I'm going to move it to the opposite, and the exponent becomes positive, okay? Now, if there's nothing in the numerator, make sure you always put a 1, right? And then if it's a number, we have to work it out. 3 squared is 9. Remember, 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. All right, let's look at the next one. So let's go. We have a negative exponent, so first thing we're going to do is put it in a fraction. Okay, and now we want a negative exponent to go positive, so it is going to move to the denominator, and there's nothing in the numerator, so I'm going to put a 1 there. Okay. All right, now look at number 4. Now, number 4 has several things. It has a 7, it has an x, and it has a y, but one of them has a negative exponent. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my fraction. Now, 7 doesn't have an exponent, but please know that it is a 1. All right, so 7 stays because the exponent's positive. The x has a negative exponent, so it is going to go to the opposite, which would be the denominator, and it becomes a positive exponent. The y has a positive 4, so it stays. Okay, you can't simplify, do anything with the 7, so this is my answer. All right, and the last slide is just to remember the 0 power rule. Anything to the 0 power is 1. And negative exponent rule, if it's a negative exponent, you move it. If it's in the numerator, it goes to the denominator and becomes positive. Or like in this one, if it's in the denominator, it goes up into the numerator and it becomes a positive exponent. And that's it.